Hello, I'm Claire Smith and welcome to my channel. So today I'm doing another tag video. I've been tagged this time by Grant from 2+2 = Fragrance, and his idea is to talk about your favourite flankers. So I'm just going to talk about 3 of my favourite flankers, but I'm also going to tag a couple of people to do this video. So I'm going to tag Lizzie from Rose & Jones, John from Jon Snow, and also Chantel from Chantel Tiffany. So I hope you're all willing to do the tag, and I'll be really interested to see what you pick. So if you've not seen me before, I'm Claire Smith and I make videos all about perfume, and I also do a bit about perfume science. So if that kind of thing interests you, then please consider subscribing, and also please like this video if you do like this video. So the first flanker I'm going to talk about is actually one from the La Nuit Trésor line from Lancome. I just have this original sample of the La Nuit Trésor. It's a fragrance that I enjoy, but I don't really want to own, if you know what I mean. It's very, very sweet in the beginning. I think that's the thing that makes me not want to buy a bottle, because I'm not sure how often I would use it. It feels very much like a going out fragrance and an everyday fragrance. Because it's so sweet in that beginning with the lychee and the pear, it just doesn't really do it for me in the beginning. But I really do like it in the end when it's dried down with the rose and that kind of smokiness from the incense. That bit is beautiful. So I think the flanker fragrance from that line that I really enjoy the most is Musc Diamant. I also really like the nude fragrance from this line, but I think Musc Diamant is the all-rounder. It's the one that you can wear all year. So the thing that I really like about Musc Diamant is the fact that it's a very super clean musk. It's a very white musk kind of fragrance, and it's both powdery and creamy. It just makes the musk here super sparkly, super clean, and just lifts the fragrance. I think it also really complements the raspberry note in this fragrance as well. So the raspberry here is very much like you're smelling a whole raspberry. You're smelling the fruit with the little hairy projections on the skin of the fruit. It's a very gentle fragrance. There's also a little bit of rose note in this fragrance as well. It's very soft, powdery rose. And it's just a very elegant fragrance. It feels like you're going to the opera or something wearing this fragrance. This fragrance lasts really well. It's not a beast, but it does project a little bit, and it's something you do smell on yourself in wafts. It's quite understated. It's ultimately very elegant because of that powdery musk, but also very womanly and very comforting in a way. It's something that I feel could be construed as innocent, and it's something that I definitely wear to meet parents in. It's one of those, you sort of, you know, appearing more innocent than you are kind of fragrance. So that's La Nuit Trésor Musc Diamant by Lancome. So the next fragrance is actually a flanker of Tom Ford's Black Orchid, and it's one that I don't really think of as a flanker of Tom Ford's Black Orchid because I don't really feel like they have much in common, but it's Orchid Soleil. So Orchid Soleil is really quite a summery fragrance. It's quite a solar feeling fragrance, and it's one that I don't have very much of, so I've got about that much left, and this is a 50ml bottle. And these, because Orchid Soleil is now discontinued, are going for hundreds of pounds now. I think I even saw someone asking £40 for a tiny little sample vial. So I don't think it's something that I'm likely to repurchase because I don't really want to pay that much for something that wasn't that much in the first place. But I tried Guerlain's Terracotta the other day, and I felt like that was quite a similar fragrance in some way. So I might buy that one next. So this opens with tuberose primarily, and also lily as well. So this fragrance, when you spray it on your skin, is bright red. And I think that's probably the lily in this fragrance that's making it that colour. Also maybe the vanilla. I think this one is just quite nostalgic for me because in the opening it smells like mothballs. It smells like almost like beach towels or something you've put away in storage. It feels like you're going on holiday or something. It also has a bit of a sun cream feel about it to me, but it's not a coconutty sun cream. It's just that sort of old-fashioned sun cream, really. It's never really too much in that direction. It's just got a slight feeling which just adds to the solar feeling of the fragrance. I think the bit that I like most about this fragrance really is the dry down, because the dry down is more of a chestnutty, creamy, lactonic vanilla, which I just think is delicious. I'm really, really sad that this fragrance is discontinued. This fragrance also smells slightly dusty in the beginning, and I think that really makes me think of harvest time and being in my dad's sheds and that hot feeling of the grain as it's coming out of the trailers, and that feeling of a really warm summer's day. It's just a very childhood evoking fragrance for me, and it just makes me think of summers on farms and yeah, that creamy chestnutty lactonic dry down with the vanilla is just gorgeous. And I think it's just a more approachable fragrance than Black Orchid. Black Orchid is something you don't always want to wear because it can be quite heavy. This one is heavy, but in a different way. It's in a white floral kind of heavy way. But yeah, it's just something that I don't really have anything else like in my collection, and I'll be really sad when it's all gone. And I'm pleased to have this one. So that's Orchid Soleil by Tom Ford. Beautiful bottle as well. So the final fragrance is going to be one from Jean Paul Gaultier, and this is a flanker of Scandal, or Scandal as he likes to say it in adverts, but he doesn't spell it right for Scandal, so I'm sticking with Scandal. So Scandal is a fragrance that I don't particularly enjoy. I find it a little bit cloying, and I think it's because I don't like the beeswax in that fragrance. Also, I find it a little bit animalic for me. I think it's something that is a little bit dirty smelling in a way, and I'm not sure I enjoy that, especially in the context of that fragrance. I do, however, really like the probably even more sweet, but in a slightly different way, flanker of Scandal by Night. So this fragrance I bought because I really like honey, but I just didn't like Scandal. But I do like Scandal by Night, and I think the reason I like Scandal by Night is because it's got that cherry note, and the cherry is delicious in this fragrance. It's really sticky and really sweet, and it's something that becomes more prominent as it dries. I think the other reason I like this fragrance is because it has tuberose and also a very kind of spicy vanilla feel to it in the dry down. It's just a very enticing fragrance, very intoxicating. I can see why people say this is a seductive fragrance, because it just is. It just makes you smell delicious, makes you smell edible, and it's something that I really like, but I don't wear that often because it is so sweet. And I think this one is just the much better perfume of the two fragrances. I think Scandal is probably ultimately the more popular one, but I'm really not sure why. Maybe people haven't smelt this flanker, or maybe people find this a little bit too sweet with the cherry, I'm not sure. So I guess, yeah, Scandal is still sweet, but it's not probably like this kind of sweet. And I don't really like super sweet fragrances, so I'm quite surprised that I prefer this one, but I just do. It's just much the nicer perfume to me. And it's incredibly long lasting. It really projects as well, as does Scandal, to be fair. And actually I've tried, I think, all of the ones in the range apart from the brand new one. And this is by far and away my favourite of the Scandal line. Yeah, Scandal by Night is my choice from the Scandal range. So that's the final fragrance in this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, then please press the like button. And please also consider subscribing if you haven't done already. So which are your favourite flanker fragrances? Which ones do you think are better than the originals? Which do you prefer, Scandal by Night or Scandal? I'd be really interested to know. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.